All right, welcome back to the channel. We got a good video today right here. Now, it's a woman asking for women, but men, right. We're gonna shut up and we're gonna listen, right? We're gonna learn from this. I think it's a good one, right? But before we start, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys.
Um, Quick question for us women. Why do we lie to each other? Why do we spread delusion amongst each other? I just want to
Now, I got a quick question. Does it coming from a woman sting a little less? Is it easier to digest or
know that. Like, I see sometimes in certain friend groups, or I see things like podcasts, or just certain women talking to each other in different places, even in person. It'll be a girl going through something, and you'll really hear like one of the friends just feed into the delusion and not tell her the truth about what she's going through with the man, or not keep it real about like just the circumstances that she's in.
so yeah, we as men we're wondering this too, right? Because some things we see are obvious when women are complaining about their issues, completely obvious. But when because I like to run my mouth, but I also like to listen. I like to shut up and sort of just observe. People watching is a pastime of mine. So I'll watch I'll watch women gaslight each other or just not have that frank, real conversation about it. And maybe you have specific friends for that, right? That this person I really talk to when I want to know the truth. But sometimes eh, I think the easiest way for men that are watching this right now, I think this is the easiest way to understand because there's parts of women's psyche that we do understand, right? We have accepted those things as truths. No logic is as long is any longer required to understand this. So we know that sometimes when women talk about their problems, they don't want a solution. Maybe this is something similar. Like you're not looking for a solution when you're discussing, well, why am I not attracting the guy that I want? Do you want the truth or you just kind of want to vent and have your friend be there and just kind of be supportive?
I need y'all to know that we be doing each other a disservice when we lie like that.
Agree.
When we tell these lies to each other and we don't keep it real with each other about certain things, and we try to make it seem like it's always on the man, or it's the man's fault that certain things are playing out the way they're playing out, we're doing each other a disservice. We have to help each other out and hold each other accountable. I just, this is why, like, me personally, I don't have as many friends as I used to, because I was the one that would tell the truth.
So we'll just we'll ignore the me personally thing, right? You guys might know how I really feel about that. Um, I think that a lot of times women don't want to be offensive. You don't want to upset whomever you're speaking to, so you'll sort of sugarcoat your words or just not address some of the I don't know ranked delusion, right? So it leaves us, and I think it's good on a individual level, right? It's fine, right? You're not trying to upset someone or their feelings one on one, right, day to day. But if we look at something and how's it, how it compounds, right? Like a stock market, small change, but over time, I think it's been a contributing factor where we find ourselves today. For one, that everything seems to be externally driven, right? All your problems in your life are externally driven. They're the fault of someone else, right? If you look, and I think this just makes sense, trial and error, or just statistically, and again, a nerd, right? I love math and science, data. If you are the one constant in your life and you've been in 5, 6, 7 serious relationships and the same thing keeps happening, then we'll see the result of that is women will get online here, right? They'll jump to TikTok, they'll jump to Instagram, and extrapolate that small data set and say it's all men, right? And conversely, we'll see it and we say, I don't remember being with you, right? I've never met you, but why am I at fault for that thing that happened to someone else? More to the point, to land the proverbial plane, why can't your friends do the same thing for you? Question you and say, I think it's you, right? I think it's you. I think this has happened and I know you, and I say this with love. This is a you problem. The way you behave in this, the chance that seven guys are all the very same. You ran into seven narcissists. Seven, right? Or whatever number it is. We never have that reflective time to say, hey girl, maybe something you're doing isn't really lining up well, and maybe this is time it's a time to be reflective and see where you're going wrong. Sure, that person could have done whatever, but you're the common denominator. So if you're not going to be real with each other when you come out to the real world, right? It's like you're raising your own kid in your own family in your own house, and then in that house is the world. You can govern it whichever way you want, but eventually the world comes knocking, or you have to enter the real world, and then you have this disconnect, and then you're left sort of like, well, it can't be the way I was trained. My lived experience is true. I'm not saying it's not, but in reality, the world and everyone else doesn't care. To put a finer point on it, if we look at the finite amount of time we have to get things right in life relationally, right? Before we dead end into an area where we're kind of scared and unhappy with. It would behoove all of us to come into this wiser, with absolutely no delusion, where we say, okay, this is where I stand. This is what's important for me. These are the things, these are my triggers. These just come there as clean as possible to understanding yourself, rather than having your friends continue to feed into your delusion, and you leave yourself out there just kind of vulnerable, just kind of bitter. Let's finish up.
And people don't want to hear it. So I've drawn it back. I'm now that friend that doesn't offer any type of advice or information unless it's asked for, because sometimes my delivery could be off.
It really sounds like she's been regulated to the role of a man, right? And men are just like that now. If you don't ask me specifically for yeah, I need a solution to this. And I've gotten to the point where, like, I'll try to sense out whether or not you want a solution or you just kind of want to talk about it. If you just want to talk and gossip about it, I can do that for you, right? Is just make it, tell the story interesting, like make it good. But I think your friends should be the ones, the first ones, especially because you take so many cues from them, right? You listen to them, you listen to the way they are, you listen to your friends are into something, and you're most likely then going to be into it too. So it would be great if you had a group of friends that told you the truth, right? And this is something that I think men have a leg up on, where yeah, I think it takes time and it takes a healthy group of men, but you have those. I have a group of men, and I'm just making it about me real quick. I have a group of men in my life, that can tell me the truth, and it cuts right through the ego. Right? If some stranger told me a real truism, yeah, I'm gonna look at them and say, well, who are you? Where'd you get off? Where'd you even come from? Who sent you? But my close friends tell me something, then I'm like, wow, I just automatically assume it's a blind spot, automatically. So let me know what you think in comments. Women, chime in. Love to hear from you, guys. See if you have any experience with this too. I'll see you guys on the next one.